The London Mathematical Society is one of the United Kingdom's learned societies for mathematics and the Institute of Mathematics and its applications. History. The Society was established on 16 January 1865, the first president being Augustus de Morgan. The earliest meetings were held in University College, but the Society soon moved into Burlington House, Piccadilly. The initial activities of the Society included talks and publication of a journal. The LMS was used as a model for the establishment of the American Mathematical Society in 1888. The Society was granted a Royal Charter in 1965, a century after its foundation. In 1998, the Society moved from rooms in Burlington House into De Morgan House, at 5758 Russell Square, Bloomsbury, to accommodate an expansion of its staff. The Society is also a member of the UK Science Council. Proposal for unification with the IMA on 4 July 2008. The Joint Planning Group for the LMS and IMA proposed a merger of two societies to form a single, unified society. The proposal was the result of 8 years of consultations, and the councils of both societies commended the report to their members. Those in favour of the merger argued a single society would give mathematics in the UK a coherent voice when dealing with research councils. While accepted by the IMA membership, the proposal was rejected by the LMS membership on 29 May 2009 by 591 to 458. Activities. The Society publishes books and periodicals, organizes mathematical conferences, provides funding to promote mathematics research and education, and awards a number of prizes and fellowships for excellence in mathematical research. Publications. The Society's periodical publications include 3 printed journals: Bulletin of the London Mathematical Society, Journal of the London Mathematical Society, Proceedings of the London Mathematical Society. Other publications include an electronic journal, the Journal of Computation and Mathematics, and a regular members' newsletter. It also publishes the journal Compositia Mathematica on behalf of its owning foundation, and co-publishes Nonlinearity with the Institute of Physics. The Society publishes 4 book series: a series of monographs, a series of lecture notes, a series of student texts, and the History of Mathematics series. It also co-publishes 4 series of translations: Russian Mathematical Surveys, Izvestia, Mathematics and Sbornik, Mathematics, and Transactions of the Moscow Mathematical Society. Prizes. The named prizes are: De Morgan Medal, the most prestigious; Polya Prize, Senior Berwick Prize, Senior Whitehead Prize, Naylor Prize and Lectureship, Berwick Prize, Froelich Prize, Whitehead Prize. In addition, the Society jointly with the Institute of Mathematics and its applications awards the David Crichton Medal every 3 years. List of presidents. 1865 to 1866 Augustus de Morgan, 1866 to 1868 James Joseph Sylvester, 1868 to 1870 Arthur Cayley, 1870 to 1872 William Spottiswoode, 1872 to 1874 Thomas Archer Hurst, 1874 to 1876 Henry John Stephen Smith, 1876 to 1878 Lord Rayleigh, 1878 to 1880 Charles Watkins Merrifield, 1880 to 1882 Samuel Roberts, 1882 to 1884 Olaus Henrysi, 1884 to 1886 James Whitbread Lee Glacier, 1886 to 1888 James Cockle, 1888 to 1890 John James Walker, 1890 to 1892 Alfred George Greenhill, 1892 to 1894 Alfred Kemp, 1894 to 1896 Percy Alexander McMahon, 1896 to 1898 Edwin Elliot, 1898 to 1900 William Thomson, 1st Baron Kelvin, 1900 to 1902 E. W. Hobson. 1902–1904 Horace Lamb. 1904–1906 Andrew Forsyth. 1906–1908 William Burnside. 1908–1910 William Davidson Niven. 1910–1912 H. F. Baker. 1912–1914 Augustus Edward Huff Love. 1914–1916 Joseph Lama. 1916–1918 Hector MacDonald. 1918–1920 John Edward Campbell. 1920–1922 Herbert Richmond. 1922–1924 William Henry Young. 1924–1926 Arthur Lee Dixon. 1926–1928 G. H. Hardy. 1928–1929 E. T. Whitaker. 1929–1931 Sidney Chapman. 1931–1933 Alfred Card U. Dixon. 1933–1935 G. N. Watson. 1935–1937 George Barker Jeffery. 1937–1939 Edward Arthur Milne. 1939–1941 G. H. Hardy. 1941–1943 John Enzer Littlewood. 1943–1945 L. J. Mordell. 1945–1947 Edward Charles Tidmarsh. 1947–1949 W. V. D. Hodge. 1949–1951 Max Newman. 1951–1953 George Frederick James Temple. 1953–1955 J. H. C. Whitehead. 1955–1957 Philip Hall. 1957–1959 Harold Davenport. 1959–1961 Hans Heilbronn. 1961–1963 Mary Cartwright. 1963–1965 Arthur Jeffrey Walker. 1965–1967 Graham Hickman. 1967–1969 J. A. Todd. 1969–1970 Edward Collingwood. 1970–1972 Claude Ambrose Rogers. 1972–1974 David George Kendall. 1974–1976 Michael Atiyah. 1976–1978 J. W. S. Castles. 1978–1980 C. T. C. Wall. 1980–1982 Barry Johnson. 1982–1984 Paul Cone. 1984–1986 Ioan James. 1986–1988 Eric Christopher Zeman. 1988–1990 John H. Coates. 1990–1992 John Kingman. 1992–1994 John Ringrose. 1994–1996 Nigel Hitchen. 1996–1998 John M. Ball. 1998–2000 Martin J. Taylor. 2000–2002 Trevor Stewart. 2002–2003 Peter Goddard. 2004–2005 Francis Kerwin. 2005–2007 John Toland. 2007–2009 E. Brian Davies. 2009 John M. Ball. 2009–2011 Angus McIntyre. 2011–2013 Graham Siegel. 2014–2016 Terry Lyons. 2016 Simon Tavare.